All right, welcome guys to Tuesday's Tools on Purpose at the Business on Purpose podcast. Tuesdays are all about equipping you with the tools that you need to live your life with intention and purpose. Our mission here at BOP is to liberate business owners from chaos so that you can make time for what matters most. My name's Patrice Miles. I'm one of the coaches on the team, and every Tuesday I dive into the world of tools because in a world where time is your most precious asset, finding the right tool to streamline your operations and elevate your business can really make all the difference. So, in each episode, I normally bring you interviews with experts. We share success stories. We provide step by step guides to empower you on your journey towards a chaos free business. But guys, remember, it's not about having the right tools. You actually have to use them with intention. So today's topic is Google Guaranteed. I'm super excited to have Chris Whelan with the owner of WSI Digital Win. I met Chris at a BNI group. And when I heard what he does, I asked him to come speak at a networking event that I was hosting. His presentation was fantastic and everyone wanted more. So I asked him to join us today on the Tuesday Tools on Purpose. Now, he has a plethora of tools, but I asked him to just focus on one today, and that's Google Guaranteed, because I had never heard about it before. So I assumed that many of our listeners hadn't either. So, Chris, welcome. Can you tell us what exactly is Google Guaranteed?
Thank you, Patrice. Thank you very much for having me too. And that is a great question. Speaking of tools, it's a really good one to know about. So Google Guaranteed is a type of a Google ad. So a lot of people have heard of Google pay-per-click ads, different types of Google ads that they've rolled out over the years. And it's a Google local service ad, especially for local services. A couple of the top features before I dive into actually just showing you examples, that's the easiest way to understand them, is that they go straight to the top of the page. They let you appear for people who are searching for your local service, like a plumber or a realtor or a dentist. And you only, different from pay-per-click ads, you don't pay for every click, you only pay if people click into your contact information. So it's more like a pay for lead. And then you can even dispute if they weren't qualified leads. So I'm kind of getting into, in some of the details there, but I'll show you, I'll share screen, and then it's really easy to understand visually. So can you see that okay?
Yeah, sure can.
All right. So this is a great example of, now you asked about Google Guaranteed, and I'll show you one of those. If people are looking for, let's say, realtors in St. Matthews or realtors near me, you can see that the individual realtors who subscribe to and who are running their Google local service ad are right here at the very top of the page. And so you would even go down before you got to the other ads, the pay-per-click ads, and you would go down further before you got to the Google local results and then what we call the SEO. And the thing is why it's important for people like realtors and other local services to know about these Google guaranteed and screened ads is that if you're an individual realtor, what is your likelihood, your chance of showing up in these results?
Yeah.
This is like the big, real estate companies. And so you have an opportunity to test, and I'm going to emphasize that, to test these Google ads and see, if the return and if the conversions on these leads make it worth it. So this is Google screened just because of the type of business it is, of those businesses. You can see that this is Google guaranteed because of the types of businesses that these are. These are called badges. And the other badge, the third one, is license verified. And that's for like caregivers, doctors, dentists. And you can see in this one, if I look at dentists near me, that there aren't any. So there's an opportunity, for local dentists. And then probably a natural next question is, well, how do you know which one you are and how do you get started?
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm jumping too far ahead
No, you're
into
fine.
all part of the kind of what is it answer, I guess, is if you look up Google local service ads, and then in the Google, results, you can click into this, and basically they walk you through the whole process. What services do you offer? And so you would naturally click into that. That would determine whether you're guaranteed, screened, or verified. And then if you're not quite sure, you just click into one, and then you can see the examples of the different types of business.
Oh, yeah. There's lots
And
of different contractors and different services.
right. And then this one is Google screened. That one, the other one was guaranteed. And then these are more like lawyers. So the next step in this whole process then is if you go into this, they go through a screening process. So they ask for your license. They might ask for your social security number, depending on what type of business it is, your address, which you don't necessarily have to share. So all of that is like business specific as to what the next steps are. It might take you 3 to 4 weeks to get verified or screened or fully approved. And it doesn't cost you anything, the screening process. At the end of it, you basically just get to decide if you want to turn on the ads. And then if you do, I'm not going to cost this gentleman any money.
You don't want to click on him and cost him some
No,
money.
I'm not going to cost him any money, but I'll show you that once you click into him, so he's running these ads and he's got them obviously turned on. For realtors, when we were going through that Realtor Expo, it was looking like around $25 a lead. That's for somebody who actually clicks in to call or book or
Oh,
message.
wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's somewhat called a lead, right?
Yeah. If
So
they're click and call or book, then yeah, they want you to
right.
contact them.
And if it was spam for any reason, something that wasn't qualified at all, you can dispute that. And Google's really good at giving you your money back. So it's around $75 a week or so for these. And then you just test it and see, are they good leads, even if they didn't pan out, convert for you? And then you can always pause this. So I'll give you one more big benefit of one kind of explanation of what it is before I let you continue with your questions. But one of the things that they do is just as a part of this process, I remember talking to that group about doing your Google business profile.
Mm-hmm.
Every business should do their Google business profile because it's like their official index, of you, and it's free. So in the process of setting up your Google local service ads, you are setting up your Google business profile. So you keep that whether you turn your ads on or off.
Okay.
And then, a benefit of that is if people are looking for you or your services near you, like I look up digital marketing consultant near me, and because I'm in my office, I show up. So that's another benefit of setting this up is that if you're not running your ads, you can still show up for people near you. So
Okay.
how's that? Is that confusing or?
No, no, no.
Okay.
Let me ask you a couple questions. So basically, from what I heard you say is, if you have your Google profile set up, that's great. But if you don't, that's okay too. Because when you go to the local ad services, everything that you're going to fill out to get approved for the Google screen or the Google guaranteed is going to set that up anyways. And then once you go into those local service ads, you're going to be able to find out which one you are, the screened or the guaranteed, which when you clicked on home services and then you clicked on the other one, I saw all the different contractors that were listed that could get approved, which is great because that helps you be able to do it. So, tell me, Chris, why as a small business owner would I want to do this?
You would want to test it. So it's kind of like a Google pay-per-clicks too, that, those programs. I always say, just let's test it for a month. And I'll
Okay.
be the first to tell you that, that's my credo. I only do what works and only as long as it works. So if you don't test it, for one thing, you're here at the top of the page, right? They have to go past you. So even if you didn't get clicked, you're there, you had a present, you had, some image they saw you, so there's some recognition right away, and you don't pay anything with this program, as I said, until they call in to click or to contact, and then you just simply evaluate. And Another key reason, kind of depending on what business you're in, I mentioned for realtors, a lot of the realtors in that room didn't even realize that they could set up their own Google business profile for them as an individual realtor. So, as people really close to their, home office or wherever they're located, try to search for a realtor, they can show up. And same thing here. If you are a realtor or a plumber, you have a really hard time getting to the top of these results, the organic, the SEO results, because there's such competitive fields. Well, you can force yourself, at the top of the page with these ads. And again, just test it. There's digital marketing consultant, by the way, doing my own pay-per-click campaign is not worth it because too many of those searches for digital marketing or digital marketing consultant are garbage. And it's
Okay.
just the nature of that type of search. But for different businesses, the nature of the search might be dead on, like a search for a remodeling contractor. If the word contractor is in there, then it's a more relevant search.
Okay.
So
Okay.
testing it.
Yeah. So, and let me just see if I am correct. It sounds like the biggest difference between Google Ads and then this Google Guaranteed and Screened is that Google Ads, I'm paying every time somebody clicks it, where the Google Screened and the Google
Guaranteed,
Guaranteed, the
screened,
one we're talking
and
about,
license
um,
guaranteed. Right.
yeah, when they click on that, they're actually clicking to chat with me, to call me, or to message me. So it just seems to me like those leads would be a whole lot more quality type leads. Am I wrong?
They should be. And
Okay.
again, that's to be determined, so, you have to just verify it yourself. But I can tell you, there are a ton of realtors in there participating. That usually indicates that they're actively advertising. That's a good sign. Same with plumbers here. So this is an example of the PPC, a pay-per-click ad. And to your
Hmm.
point, if I clicked that right now, it would cost Mr. Drexler,
Yeah, something.
upward of maybe 40 or $50 for plumbers.
Yeah.
And, so nothing for clicking into this until I click to contact. Just
Okay. Okay.
be
And is
done.
there any best practices or anything else you'd like to leave us with before we go?
Yes, other than testing, and I'll be happy to, spend 30 minutes with the business just looking at what it would, require for them, answering the phone. So Google does have its algorithms and they kind of determine who they're going to rotate up here, to be visible. And basically good kind of networking practices, right? So when somebody refers, to you, you pick up the phone and you answer it, you get back to them immediately, and then you submit a review link, for a positive review. And if the more positive reviews you get, then you're more likely to show up at the top too. So answer the phone, close the business, get the positive reviews, do a good job for them, and then you'll perform well.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. And you guys heard Chris, he's even offered to spend 30 minutes with you to talk about your business and some of these different things like Google Screened and Google Guaranteed. So we'll make sure, Chris, that your contact information is in this so that way they can get a hold of you. But thank you so much for coming on. Guys, that is a wrap for Tuesday's Tools on Purpose. Enjoy this new tool called Google Guaranteed. Research it or talk to Chris if you want more information. Remember, though, guys, every small action can lead to big results. So what action are you going to take today in regards to Google Guaranteed? Write it down and then go implement. Now, for those of you that are tired of living in chaos and you're really eager for more knowledge or just interested in advancing your business journey through business coaching, please feel free to contact me. My email is patrice@mybusinessonpurpose.com. Again, that's patrice@mybusinessonpurpose.com. I'd love to connect with you and learn more about your business. We also have a healthy business owner assessment. So if you'd like to learn how healthy your business actually is, you can just scan the QR code that Kevin's going to put in there or just type in the web address. But you do get a score. So you do have to be brave and open to what your score is once you fill out those questions. So that's a wrap, guys. I will see you all next Tuesday.